and welcome to Cade Friends podcast. I'm here with Alex and Joseph.
We're friends.
Yes, you're friends. So great. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having
Us?
me. Us. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself, Joseph.
I'm unemployed. I'm from I'm an Anglo-Saxon. I'm Caucasian.
Yeah. Okay, well, first off, how do we know Joseph, Alex? Fill in the blanks for people that don't.
Joseph, what this means is, Joseph, you're tanking, and he's throwing it over to me to pick up the pieces.
That sounds like I'm doing a pretty good job. People like tank.
Tank.
Mm-hmm.
We met Joseph so we went to school together, Cade and I, and at one of the theater events, Joseph did not go to our school, but he would apply to the theater events there.
Audition.
Audition. Thank you.
Yeah.
Audition.
You would go through the application process.
Yeah, I'd throw down my glitter bombs and make an entrance and just spread my headshots.
I couldn't remember the word audition. And so he auditioned and he got some pieces at
Pieces.
some
Crumbs that were.
I played a deer man.
He played a deer man. He played a deer man in the first one that we saw him.
Was that your first one there?
I mean, that and I think Andrew's thing were kind of at the same time.
Okay.
And then I picked him up for
Jack Dickey.
And then you picked him up.
It was before.
Ribbon.
It was before. Yeah.
So
Jack Dickey was our reunion for Ribbon that no one got to see. So it was actually after Ribbon.
was that after Ribbon?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Whenever we just read the scripts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I thought that was.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was before Ribbon too.
No, it was definitely after Ribbon.
That's
wow.
crazy.
Time blurs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I remember we went out with Joseph one time and we were just hanging out with Joseph in the car and Cade just started to kind of do some simple prodding on like, so what do you like to do? Is this the stuff you enjoy?
I remember he had kind of like one of those javelins like the Romans.
Yeah,
like
just
right underneath my rib cage.
Yeah.
seeing how well he
I do really like still the metaphor that Joseph is a cow.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really get that when you guys said that to me so much. You guys were hand feeding me cud and I didn't really get that so much.
Joseph is a cow and we are milking him for content.
Really tender.
And so long story short, we met Joseph through theater at Rogers State University, which is where we went to college, and we really enjoyed his vibe and the type of person he was. And Cade got to know him a little more, and so whenever we started to do Ribbon, we contacted him. And then whenever I directed a play called Jack Dickey,
The great Quinn Blakely.
By Quinn Blakely, yes. Thank you.
By Quinn Blakely.
I think they're supposed to be doing like a live version of that, like a staged version of that.
Oh, really?
Like this. I don't know if it's this season. I guess it would be this season.
It started out as one, didn't it?
Yeah, it was started out as like, I guess it was a reading then too.
Yes, I think its story was, so there was
Alex could probably talk to it a little bit more since he directed.
If I remember correctly, because it's been.
I was going to answer. You turned to me.
Anything.
You turned to me to answer, and I was going to answer.
It's been like 2 years, but if memory serves me right, they would have like a script writing competition type thing, and so there was
a I'll jump in here. There was a local theater that they did this. I think it was the second Sunday, and they had like these where people would write these serials and like these short plays, and that they would vote for what was going to continue on next week.
And his continued on till the end.
Yes.
Can you let Cade finish, please?
Yeah, sorry.
And so pretty much by the end of it, he had a full play.
Okay.
And so they were going to, they did a reading to sort of see what worked and then now they're going to do an actual live version of it. Were you invited back to direct it, Alex?
No, I've been in Ohio, so I
Ohio no.
This is Ohio, yes. It's a good one, Joseph.
Thank you. Do you have the drum snare for that?
Mm-hmm. I'll get your close up. We're gonna get your black and white close up, your art house close up,
okay.
and then I want you to say it like it's an art house joke. So combine a comedy with a serious sensibility. Okay. Okay, and then he's gonna do a rim shot after it.
So I guess it was high no.
The lag in the camera just made it so much better.
And for all of our audio listeners, they missed that entire thing.
Really? Oh, was I not? Okay. All right, let's do that. Sorry. You want me to?
This is only for our audio people.
Okay.
So that no visual. This is gonna be a static visual.
Okay.
This is just for you audio listeners, so you get a little bit something just for you too.
Those of you who are watching, close your eyes.
So I guess it was, high no. Stop.
Right, yeah.
So we have a long history with Mr. Joseph here. Met in 2019, I guess. 2018.
Back in the
history.
trenches, yeah.
And so we really like Joseph, and we've kept in touch with him. He's made a few appearances, very last second, because we will just say Joseph.
And I don't have anything to do.
And so this time we actually planned something with him and said, Joseph, we're giving you a lot of notice this time. Look at us. We're better people now, which we're not.
Yeah.
They hit me over the head when they came in through the door. Didn't know what was happening.
In fact, if you want to see more of how we brought him in, you can check out our Patreon and see how we smuggled him in with this weighted blanket.
It was actually this weighted blanket. I kind of love-hate relationship with it because whenever what was it? You guys put me in was it a backpack or was it like a rolling piece of luggage? Was it like a JanSport?
Yeah, it was like one of those rolling luggages, like just for easy transportation.
Yeah, I would suck on this weighted blanket in my mouth as like a little pacifier to keep me calm. But like sometimes there would be like a little bit that dips out, and they'd have to shove the blanket back in, and I'd put that part in my mouth, and that part would get nasty because they'd be dragging it through airports and like mud through like all kinds of countries. And so I got really sick in that backpack sometimes. And, I'd throw up on the blanket, but the blanket was still my only friend, it was because, this whole smuggling process, they said it was going to take 70 hours. It took a few months, me living in that backpack, but I got really close to this blanket so much so that I started hearing it say things, and I didn't like the things it was saying to me. So I eventually had to toss it out, but they brought it back to me, and I've kind of come back around.
So
to
anything that you say that could be controversial or could be anything, it's really the blanket saying that.
It's really I don't really know how it does it because I thought I broke contact with it. But once it was back in my hands, it started doing the thinking again, and when it started thinking, it started some stinking. Got in a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Wow, that went off the rails.
Yeah, certainly did. Sorry, but that was the blanket. I'm sorry. I'll set this down. Yeah. I'm gonna.
But we did Ribbon. So if you know Joseph, you could see him in our movie Ribbon. I think you can also tell that he's a lot different than his character of Michael Wyatt.
I have long hair and he does not.
His hair kind of fluctuated, I would say.
But like Michael, sometimes I wear glasses and sometimes I don't. So
yeah. Do you ever you think to yourself, Michael's an interesting person. Do you ever want to be like Mike?
Sometimes I'll just see like a pair of shoelaces, pair of shoes hanging on like a telephone pole, and I'm just saying, man, that really reminds me of Ribbon. I wish I could be like that guy, making jump shots, like Michael does in Ribbon, scoring triple doubles like Michael in the film does in his titular scene in Ribbon. Good times.
Yeah.
Make a switch to Make a switch to baseball that doesn't really work out like Michael does in the movie.
It's a sports film.
Yeah. It's very centered around sports.
It's about winning first prize.
Yeah.
The first prize ribbon.
Yeah.
Showing you that like winning is like what matters the most.
Yeah. That was the theme of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I scream at like Maggie's face, and you can actually see like little pieces of spit and like food that I'd eaten just before take actually fly onto Hannah's face. Yeah. She was a real trooper about it. She like screamed for like 3 minutes, but afterwards when we quieted her down, she was yeah.
Which you really got intenseness because of the aspect ratio.
Of course, yeah.
Everyone had to be really close to each other,
really close, and because of how close we were, I had to make the tensions even closer. Like I was about to snap at any minute.
Yeah,
I loved having to find our on a serious note, I loved.
Wait. Just,
what do you mean?
I love finding our ways of working around the aspect ratio. Just being like, okay, well, originally we were going to have them sit across from the table, but they need to be closer. Hannah's sitting on the table. All right.
See, we don't have this much as we have on the camera currently. We wouldn't have this much.
We have like half this.
It would be like this.
Oh, let's get that'd be how they'd have to act together.
So it'd be like, hey, so this is.
But it wouldn't look so weird because this whole part would not be. You wouldn't see it.
And
It'd
so
be weird for the actors, maybe.
Yeah.
My favorite thing though is still just Joseph needs to get to the microwave. How do we get to the microwave? Hug.
Do a little carousel.
Yeah. And it was just such a good, awkward, and microwave.
Like I'm trying to get something out of somebody's coffin, you know? Like this guy dies, but I loaned him my jacket before he died. And so like, he's got like my laundry card in it. It's like, I need my laundry card. And then I go to his funeral and his wife's like, how did you know him? I'm like, oh, and she hugs me. I'm like, reach into his jacket. Yeah. And the priest is like, what are you doing? And I'm like,
oh, he's Irish.
They all are.
They all are.
They all are. Yeah. Have you seen Doubt?
No.
Pretty sure he's Irish.
Yeah, I don't think he had an accent, but
Well, in the one I saw,
the stage play that you saw.
the stage play I saw of Doubt.
Yeah.
The blanket is Irish as well, right?
Don't talk about the blanket.
I'm sorry.
But when he voices the voice that you hear inside your head, the blanket's voice is an Irish voice, right?
He's very much like former Irish mobster.
Oh,
Can you give us an example of what it sounds like?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Sorry, was that did I peek?
I think you might have. But I mean, like, I think we set up the audience to know that something was about to happen.
It's very authentic.
Yeah.
That's what he sounds like to me, and I just wanted the audience to know that.
He's constantly peeking.
He is. It hurts my ears.
If anyone is looking for an actor, Joseph.
I would love to. I will show up moderately on time, and most of the time I'll probably be in the right state of mind. You know, Bill Murray was high for most of Ghostbusters, and look how people like that movie. So,
just make sure that the character he's playing is.
Make sure it's very two-dimensional. Make sure it's something that I've already typecast me, and just give me a lot of lines that I don't really have to put any sort of effort into.
Let's give you some credit. You're actually a phenomenal actor. And the only criticism I would give is just give him a role that he doesn't have to keep up with his own facial hair.
Yeah, I can't. You got to have somebody shave me because that's not going to be consistent. I'm going to forget.
And make sure you have someone who's constantly watching his glasses.
Yeah, those suckers just have a habit of staying on there. I will take them off, and then someone talks to me again, and they'll just be right back on. I don't know how they got there. They'll be right back on my face.
But no, Joseph is a genuinely phenomenal actor. He's very funny on and off the screen. He's very good at like just that nice, gentle improv.
Gentle improv.
Thank you for doing this, by the way. I really, I told you to say all this stuff before the show, and I really appreciate you just bringing it up without me saying. I really appreciate you do. I really appreciate. Yeah, he's saying all of this. He means every bit of this. No one told him to say that. Thank you again for saying all this stuff I told you to say.
Thumbs up. No, but you're really good at improv. Like I said, gentle, simple improv, but that's a lie. You're good at just improv.
Gentle, simple improv.
I don't think you said simple. Oh. I think that was something you've now have said.
He's good at all improv.
Improv, simple and clean.
You're good at the simple improv. He's good at all the improv because there were definitely some things in Ribbon that was like Joseph's like, what if I do this? And he just kind of improv'd a few things and it just turned out very well.
Like there was that scene when we were in the mall and like that guy tried getting in on our set and I was like, hey buddy, you get out of here.
This is a baseball film.
Yeah, buddy. Like this is about sports and we don't need you prancing around with your little frou-frou ribbon. Like, what do you think this is? What do you think the movie's called?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think you are, Scottie Pippen in here? Yeah.
What are you, Tommy Tune?
I don't get these references.
Okay, Alex, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm unprepared. I'm in the dark.
Our first segment here today is called Wakey, Wakey, Bendy Cumberbakey. Hi, Hi.
Hi, it's a fun name.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Simple concept for a segment. You go to bed tonight. Okay.
Okay. Should I close my eyes like I'm there?
Yeah, I think that would help.
I think that'd be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Go to bed. You have nice dreams. Do we have some sort of magical noise, that dream noise?
Oh yeah, good point. Good
Okay.
point. Good point.
You've gone to dream world. Look at you dreaming. And then you wake up. Okay. And you realize here that you are in the body of English actor Benedict Cumberbatch.
What the devil? What the deuce?
Okay, so what do you do? What step by step? What happens?
Well, I probably don't really notice it. I'm in a different place. So I'm going to be like, oh, this is weird. And is he married at all? Is there going to be like another person in this bed that's going to
You want to hear? Hey, Google, tell me about Benedict Cumberbatch's personal life.
Where does he live?
According to Wikipedia, Benedict Timothy Carlton Cumberbatch is an English actor. Known for his roles on the screen and stage, he has received various accolades throughout his career, including a Primetime Emmy Award, a British Academy Television Award, and a Laurence Olivier Award.
But has he received any women?
Hey Google, is Benedict Cumberbatch married?
Yes, Benedict Cumberbatch has been married to Sophie Hunter since 2015.
Okay. So I wake up and I'm like, and I'm really
You have
I'm well rested because Benedict Cumberbatch probably has a really comfy bed.
yeah.
And I look over and I see this beautiful woman. And I'm like, what is she doing here? And I tap her on the shoulder and I ask her, who are you?
In your voice.
And
do you have your voice? Or do you have Benedict Cumberbatch's voice?
I think it's like a.
Can you give us your impersonation of Benedict?
Hello, I'm Benedict Cumberbatch.
So you have the accent and everything.
Yeah, I'm Benedict Cumberbatch's accent.
You just essentially have your memories, but you're in his
I'm a
body.
Benedict Cumberbatch's boy.
Okay. So anyways, continue walking through your
I
thing.
look over at my wife Sophie and I say, Rod, who are you? What are you doing in my bed?
He's gone full Cockney. Okay.
She says,
He's lost all of his.
She says, well, honey, it's me. I'm your wife. I am Sophie Cumberbatch. And I say, you ain't no Sophie moron. I ain't Cumberbatch. So she's like, honey, you're scaring me. And then I'm getting scared too. I was like, well, she's right. Wolf, I know you are. I go look in the mirror and lo and behold, I'm Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah. You know, like you guys
So
said.
you instantly recognize that you're that. Okay.
I realize I'm the star of Doctor Who, and I say,
Doctor
what's all
Strange.
this then, Sophie? You know, didn't mean this, in. And then she says, "What? I'm so honey, I can't understand your voice. You're scaring me." And so then I run out of my mansion in the Hollywood Hills.
Let's ask. Hey Google, where does Benedict Cumberbatch live?
Benedict Cumberbatch has lived in London.
Great.
So I guess I go out into the London streets. And I say, I find the nearest trolley, and I say, "What do you tell me how to get down? Because I always say I need to get back to my life. What?" And then I'm waving my hands around, and I give like a finger gun, you know, trying to make him comfortable. But I forget that this is London, and he says, "You're gonna need a permit for the house," with my finger guns. And
But does he recognize that you're Benedict Cumberbatch? Or they just don't care?
They don't care. Okay. They have like 15 Benedict Cumberbatches over there. He's like, okay, Doctor Who, you know when to meet. Is what he says.
I want to clarify, he was not Doctor Who. He was Doctor Strange. Yeah. He was never in Doctor.
Who was the Doctor Who guy?
I mean, there's been like 13 of them.
Who was he? Sherlock?
He was Sherlock.
I thought Sherlock was Doctor Who.
You thought Sherlock Holmes was Doctor Who?
Maybe.
I thought Sherlock was Robert Downey Jr.
Well, in the American movies,
yeah. There's a show called Sherlock.
There was a show called Sherlock. But he was the showrunner from Doctor Who that did the Sherlock.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's right. Well, anyway, so this bus driver doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't know
clearly.
what he's talking about.
No, he thinks
he gets all his BBC shows.
He thinks I'm the guy from Doctor Who. So I'm like, that's not me. I know you can follow myself. Somebody knows who I am. And then a little kid probably like pulls on my tailcoat. He's like, excuse me, are you Benedict Cumberbatch? And I said... And then at that point, it dawns on me like the opportunity that I've been given. Like I can change the world for the better. And I say, "Oh yes, I am, little youngin. What can I do for you?" And he says,
Spot on impression, by the way.
"Oh yeah, no, I watched tons of Benedict Cumberbatch.
I kind of want to pull up the.
I know he's Doctor Who because I watched a bunch of Benedict Cumberbatch stuff. Yeah. So this kid's like, can you help me for my mom and dad? I can't find them that much. I went to the park and I got lost because I was playing with some of the dogs and these dogs pulled me away by my arm. They're chewing on me something fierce, but I lost my parents. Can't we find them? And I tell the kid, "Oh yes, okay. I can help you find your parents." And I help him find his parents, and it turns out his parents are like wealthy oil tycoons. And so I said, in London, yeah. And I actually convinced them to invest in green energy because I make a really good. I do like the thing where like I see all the numbers like beside me, like Sherlock does. Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, telephone, hella, cool, 90s slang, 90s, better time for the 90s. And I know a bunch of word association as he does. Yeah. And then eventually,
that's why he got the role.
That's why
because he was so much like him. Yeah.
he can they don't actually need to do special effects. Benedict Cumberbatch actually makes those numbers appear.
Projects.
He projects. Yeah. And so the oil tycoons are so scared by that because they see these numbers floating around me like I'm an enemy in an MMORPG, and I got just those damage stats from it. They get so scared that they run into the little shelter, and I don't hear anything. I just come from their shelter. They're dead. I'm sure. The kid's like, "Can you help me phone my parents?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm tired now." And then forget all about
you adopted the kid.
I adopted.
Wait, you killed his parents?
No, they
killed themselves.
Yeah, because I'm like an elder.
Not following the story, Alex.
It's pretty. I am basically pulling this straight from the Rainbow Fish. So if you can't keep up with that, I don't know how you kept up with that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no. I basically I save this kid. I become president of London, and I just fix everything.
So you never do any of like the any acting or anything like that.
No. I leave all that stuff behind because that's just not for.
Whenever like Marvel's calling you up and all the people's calling you up, like, "Hey, we need another one of these things," you know.
So what if they're like, you signed this contract, this 10-year contract to be Doctor Strange for the next 10 years? You have to do this.
Oh, I just make the case that I'm not Benedict Cumberbatch. I tell them I've been put into his body. I'm a kid from the Midwest. I'm 24. I was put, and I say, you can go find. Here's my address in the state in which you can go find me, and I guarantee you're gonna find a little 24-year-old little Midwestern guy, and he's gonna sound strangely like Benedict Cumberbatch. And I'm gonna say, you tell me then that I still have to be in these movies, Disney. You tell me then that.
They can just CGI the face or whatever.
Wait. So Benedict Cumberbatch still sounds like Benedict Cumberbatch, but in your body. But when you're in his body, you sound like him.
He's doing the voice to match the appearance as well.
Yeah, you know, he just kind of falls into it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But Benedict Cumberbatch would continue to be his voice, but in.
Well, he's probably good enough actor to
I feel like he's got too much of an ego to try and play like a character like me. You know,
okay.
I don't. So he's probably just gonna. You know, he's gonna be a real douche about it.
You think he's so? What do you think Benedict Cumberbatch did? Let's walk through that. Okay.
Okay. All right. First thing Benedict Cumberbatch does, he wakes up and he's like, "This place is fucking disgusting."
He insults it.
Yeah, he looks at the situation I'm living in. He's like, "Shit, bitch, you live like this," and then. He kind of like steps around like all the trash and refuse and piles I have in there. He goes to see my parents, and my parents are like, "Hello, dear son, how are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm not your son, I'm Benedict Cumberbatch, yeah. Anyway, you can tell me how to get to Disney. Look, I need to get up in my Doctor Strange outfit. What Scooby-Doo?" And then my parents get real freaked out. My dad gets his gun and he says, "You're no son of mine. No son of mine speaks that tongue." And, you know, he shoots up in the air, my dad does, and Benedict Cumberbatch is like, "Hey, guys, I got to skedaddle." And then, you know, he does like the Scooby-Doo, and his feet running, and he gets out the door, leaves a me-shaped hole in the wall. And I think probably it'd be like a coming-of-age movie where he's like trying to figure out where he fits in this new society that he doesn't recognize. Yeah, so he like... He's running down the road and he sees a car and he's like, "Good thing I'm on the correct side of the road. He's just gonna go around here." But he thinks he's in London because so he gets hit by a car and he wakes up in a hospital.
Oh no!
"Oh no, I got no feeling in my legs. Then what do I do now? I can't be Doctor Strange." And then the doctor.
Doctor Strange had the hand thing.
Yeah, he can't do the leg thing. That's just a different character. And so the doctor, he comes in and he's like, "Hello, you being hit by a car. They had me assigned to your case because..." Everyone from London has to.
It's the same accent. Yeah.
It's part of my insurance. They poke me in this. They got to hear I talk, and then they have to put some of my accent. It's a whole thing. It's the healthcare system here. And you're never gonna walk again. More can show you how you can love. How you can love yourself. And then Benedict Cumberbatch says in his different voice, he says, I love to learn more about myself and how to love it, because I don't know who I am. And the doctor says, well, that's what we specialize in. And then it's like a bunch of, it's like a montage of like, doctor pushing around in a wheelchair and stuff and trying to strengthen my legs. It doesn't work though. But I discover the beauty in nature, in poetry, and I actually start writing. Benedict Cumberbatch, he starts writing poetry about nature, and he actually becomes a famous poet. Yeah.
So Joseph becomes a famous poet, and Benedict becomes the president. Well, the body of Joseph becomes a famous poet.
Yeah.
And the body of Benedict Cumberbatch becomes the president of London.
Well, in all honesty, it almost seems like it's a net positive that this event happened.
It is, yeah. Until I hear about him, me and Benedict Cumberbatch. I hear about this like famous poet, and I see pictures, and I'm like, that's bloody me in. And then,
which that's now I'm seeing like that accent is not as great. Your accent of Benedict Cumberbatch, but Benedict Cumberbatch's accent that is pretty great.
I know he's an actor, and I just don't have the chops for that.
Yeah,
I don't have the chops. But he's a really talented guy. I'm not gonna try and bring him down or anything. But whenever I hear Benny B, he's doing like poetry and shit. I hear about that. I'm like, that's me. That's my face. He can't make money off of my face. And so since I'm the president of London,
yes,
I have all these connections. I hire someone from the Irish mafia, and I get him killed.
So you want no one to have your face?
No, that's my face. He can't do that.
Okay,
that's illegal. That's illegal.
So
right up on the laws. So,
yeah,
yeah.
So what would your interaction with the Irish mafia be like?
Excellent question, Alex. Well, I mentioned, is there any sort of accent working?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. Well, even though it's called the Irish Mafia, I really feel like I shouldn't have to explain. They're not all Irish, okay? They operate on different. So I contact the Irish Mafia. I say, hello, I'm looking for the Irish Mafia. And then they say, you've reached the Irish Mafia. This is me, Charlie, Chief Saved. You adopted me, and now I'm part of the Irish Mafia.
This is all tied together.
Yeah, exactly. It's very well written. How can I help you, Papa? And I say, put me on the phone then with whoever's the head of the Irish Mafia. And then he says, but Papa, don't you know? I'm the head of the Irish Mafia.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Do we have some sort of revelation sound?
I'm the head of the Irish Mafia.
I'm scary. It's the only one I got.
Wait, can you do that?
We do applause. Oh, scary.
What? No, you can't be. and he said, thank you.
That's the applause that
Yeah.
That everyone would
Those
get
are my
sing.
constituents. And
because you're broadcasting this live.
Yeah, I'm in Congress as I'm making this. I make this decision in Congress to get him killed, and they're all listening like with bated breath. And
this is like a resolution. This is like a
yeah. And so the kid's like, what do you need, Papa? Because I'm the head of the Irish Mafia. And I say, "Whoa, that's pretty cool. You're pretty freaking cool, son." and then I say, "I need someone killed. Then what? I need you to do the Billy Whopping on the Dellywits. You think you can do that for me, old Skilly Wumpets?" He says, "I can do that just for you. Simple as 2 shakes of a large snack." And then
it is really simple.
yeah. He says some cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the United States. He tracks me down, Benedict Cumberbatch and he tracks him down. Mm-hmm. And he's doing like
so the kid.
Yeah, no, he's like a one-man he got to the top because he killed the rest of the Irish mafia.
So he is the Irish mafia.
He is the Irish mob. Yeah, just the one guy.
The one guy. Yeah.
There's like comics about it. He's like the Punisher, but like on the opposite side. And so he goes to the U.S. And I'm doing my poetry reading is doing. I'm doing a poetry reading in like Times Square or something, and he props himself like really hype.
Yeah, poet places.
And he's like, got like a briefcase, and he's like screwing it together, and he's whistling like some Irish tunes. He's like, he's
Some little
he put it together.
ditties, yeah.
He takes aim, and he's, I come out to read my book called
Benedict Cumberbatch in your body, yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably I'm probably reading a poem that's kind of like subtext for like what's happening, like expansion of the mind is what I call it, is what the poem is, and then he pops anyone right through the head, and then the mind expands, and the audience like, oh, that's really clever. It's like he knew.
Thought it was performance art as part of it. Is the audience
Exactly.
thinks. And then they stand up and they give a round of applause.
Yeah, they do, and just as that happens, so everyone's clapping, he shoots so that no one hears where it comes from. Before that happens, me, Benedict Cumberbatch, in my body, he finishes and he looks up and he sees on top he sees a little glint of something like a mirror or a scope, and he looks
Suspense
up.
music.
He sees a glint, something in the tower. What is that? But he knows what it is, but he doesn't run from it. He embraces it. He embraces it, because
Praise it for his art.
Well, he knew that. He probably knew it was going to eventually come.
he
This wasn't
probably
gonna last
because
forever,
he heard that he was now the president, and he's like,
London,
well, this
yeah.
he's not going to keep me around. Loose
Yeah.
ends, and not to mention that it's been 40 years since we. And Benedict Cumberbatch, he was old. He was probably already like 7. He's like 70 now. He's like 80. So like he's older.
Hey
and
Google, how old is Benedict Cumberbatch?
Benedict Cumberbatch is 45 years old.
Well, he's
45, yeah.
He'll be like 80. by
84,
then.
yeah. That's how that works.
And so like he like meant like physically he's still like not like he's like 60, but he's ready to go. He's ready to get out of there. So he looks up and he like spreads his arms, like a Christ-like figure or a Zack Snyder-like figure, and he just like pow, and everyone's like, whoa, yeah, like
Transcends.
that. Everyone claps like, woo,
Yeah.
and then I
A little bit of laughter too.
yeah, because it's pretty.
It was
fun.
also kind of a punchline.
Yeah, because he doesn't die like immediately. He does like a Dick Van Dyke, like slipping on everything. All of a sudden, the shock from his brain sends stimulus into his legs, and he's just like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
And then he
Died of a cardiac arrest.
wow.
Yeah, and I sit in my business chair and I look on a grateful universe.
And that has been Wakey, Bendy Cumberbakey.
That's a good little segment.
It was fun.
Yeah,
was a good time.
That went off the rails.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't think it could have gone after. It's Benedict Cumberbatch. Anything goes.
Yeah.
So Joseph, earlier in the day of the podcast, you said that you were unemployed.
Yes, that is true.
Are you?
This will be a fun callback.
Yeah. Are you looking for any jobs? Do you have any fun stories? Are you currently interested in working where I work at Cedar Point in Ohio? If so, I can give you the application process, and I can definitely put in a good word for you. Anything like that.
Well, it's funny. You actually mentioned if I have a funny story about an interview, because I actually mentioned to you that I did. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that it seems like you just kind of forget something like that. But yeah, no,
That was my way of seamlessly throwing it out there.
seemed a little passive aggressive. Is all it is to me.
It was my way to be like, I want you to bring this up, and I'm going to force it. So.
Well, would it have been so hard to just say what you just said?
Hey Joseph, can you give us your interview?
Well, now I
please?
just feel like you're just condescending. Kate, is this how you treat your guests? Is this how you treat your guests?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to have a word with you after the show.
I better get a damn gift basket.
Yeah.
But no, I have a little a story about a time when I was looking for a job here recently. Yeah,
We have not
We
heard
never
this.
we heard that there was a
Yeah.
story.
Oh,
That's
so
all we know. We were like, save it for the podcast.
do you have like a drum roll or something?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? No. Well, that's more of a.
Come on. What about
That's-
I think sad trombone. I thought it was
Here,
sad.
how about what if we combine them?
Okay.
That's just like a German comedy. but Ugh. So I had applied for a job that I didn't have the credentials for because it was like bookkeeping or something somewhere. It was like in an old folks home, and I had to keep track of like probably what to give the old people and what not to, and like paperwork.
You had to be like a nurse or something. Or
Yeah,
trained.
It was something like that. I was going to be doing a lot of like keeping track of files. And I pull up to the place, and I can't even figure out how to get in because all the doors are locked. And I guess because of COVID, like the front door, like you have to have like a key code or something to get in. And so I just wait at the front, for a few minutes until eventually someone lets me in. And then I was proceeded to be met with another door that I couldn't get through.
Well, they don't want them escaping, right? It's not actually a joke. I think it's actually.
I think that is. They don't want the old people getting out, but also like I don't know how to get. I'm just trying to apply for a job here.
Yeah.
And they said kind of for an interview, and they have like this hand like sanitizing station. I was like, I'll sanitize my hand. Do I need to sign in or anything? By that time, the person's already gone through, and now this door is not going to open. So I sit in this little decontamination chamber for like 5 minutes until a nice little nurse is just like, "Are you here to see somebody?" And I say, "Yes, I would. I'm here for a job interview." And they said, "Who are you seeing?" And I said the person's name, and they said, "They are not here right now. Hold on." And I said, I'm here at the time I said, but okay. And so they're just like, "They're on lunch right now, but they'll be back soon. Come on in." And they go on and they give me some paperwork, and it's all stuff that I've already like filled out, plus some additional stuff that I don't really know. And I'm just trying to fill that out.
So
quiz on medieval history.
Yeah, I don't fucking know what's going on.
So they asked you to come in at like a certain time, like noon, and they happened to be on break on lunch.
Yeah, at the time that they had told me to come in.
But was it an odd? First off, was it an odd time for like them to be on break, or was it?
It was. I mean, it was around like it was like 1 or something,
okay.
and it's like that's fair. Like I get having lunch, but you
yeah.
told me to come here. Maybe hold off on that. Taking early. But yeah, and then I'm just filling all this stuff out, and all of a sudden I'm reading more stuff about this job, and it's kind of like a lot of stuff, and I was like, I don't know if I don't want to do this because they're not going to hire. I don't have any of these skills that they're talking about. And so then I go to try to leave.
Wait. You were filling out the paperwork, and you were just going to leave.
Nobody was there. I'd been there for like 30 or like 40 minutes already, just like for waiting for somebody to come. And they keep saying, "Yeah, they're gonna come and talk to you. We're gonna get somebody to come talk to you. All this, all that." And I'm just like, I don't want to. This isn't gonna go well. I'm gonna be here for a long time. I just want to go. And so I go to leave, but I can't get out. Because the doors are locked and they need a code. And so
so you were trying to escape and you couldn't even escape.
Yeah, like the second door is very funny. but the second door, like I get through there, I get into the decontamination chair, and then I go to leave and that door is locked. And I panic like a wolf in a bear trap. I'm trying to chew off my own. Like I'm just fiddling with anything that I can, light switches, little knobs or whatever. I decide they're not going to let me leave. I'm just going to grit my teeth and bear it. It's fine. And I go back to where I was sitting, which is near the entrance where I came in.
So that second door didn't ever close back on you?
Well, like one of those doors, like the one that didn't lead directly to the outside. Like I was able to get through one, but the one that leads directly to the outside I couldn't open. I needed a code. And so I go to sit down, and I'm sitting there waiting for whoever, and then I see people going to leave, and they can't because the fucking door is broken because I broke it.
You broke it?
I broke the door because I was fiddling with shit. I don't know what I fiddled with that broke it, but like I fiddled with a bunch of, and now it won't open, and everyone's like trying to get out, and people are trying to come back in to clock in, and they can't. And I'm just sitting there sweating in my seat, just like,
well, someone roll back the cameras. Who messed this up?
I was like, please, nobody look at the cameras. None of these old people who I think can't remember something I hope none of them have selective memories. Like that one right there, that fruity one with the long hair. He tried getting out, but he couldn't. And eventually, there's a maintenance man comes to work on the door like 15 minutes later. He settles all these things, people trying to get out. And I'm like, I really don't want to be here now, especially since I broke the door. And so he's got the door propped open so I can leave. And I go to leave, and he's just like, I hadn't talked to this maintenance guy, but apparently he would pay attention to me. Like he knew I was there, and he's like, "Hey, where you go? Did you get your interview yet?" I'm like, I'm just going to get something from my car. And then I didn't come back.
Oh my goodness.
It was terrible. The entire time I was sweating profusely. Like,
So the people who were trying to leave and enter, were they able to get it open, or did they have to wait until the maintenance person
they had
got
to wait
there?
till the maintenance guy got there.
So if someone was like, all right, my shift's over, I've been here for 24 hours, time to leave, they could not.
No, they could not. Or if somebody was
So how long were they waiting there for?
I think they probably waited for a good like 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
So you just
I just fucking bailed, dude.
oh do you need a towel?
No, it's all right. It's my lifeblood anyway.
Oh no, it got on the weighted blanket.
That's okay. Don't tell Hannah.
We'll give it to Hannah next.
Give it to Hannah. Don't tell her I suckled on the blanket either whenever I was being transported illegally. I feel like she probably won't want it then.
Wow, that is quite the story, Joseph.
The smuggling or the interview one?
The interview.
Oh yeah, that was kind of something. Yeah.
So you were there for how long until you just finally ended up leaving?
I think I was there for probably like maybe an hour total.
Oh wow, so that was a long time.
They
never showed up.
No, the person never got there. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure they had just left on their lunch and I got there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's on them.
That's what I was thinking. Do I really want this job if they're not even organized enough to remember that they'd scheduled this one interview today?
And they didn't even give you the courtity to be like, sorry, they just left for lunch. They had to
back,
take. Yeah, can you come back in an hour?
Yeah, no, I was thinking that they were going to say come back, but they was like, come on in, we'll have you fill out stuff, and someone will talk to you. And then they didn't talk to me; they just gave me more paperwork to fill out, and I'm just like, is this gonna be an interview or is this just gonna be?
But they had all your information by that point.
They did. That's the thing. All the information I was filling out, except for a couple things, were this kind of redundant, and the stuff I hadn't filled out was just can you do this? Do you know how to work this? And it was like, no, I don't.
But then that could have also been saved if you would have talked to them and they would have been like, here's what we need, and sort of thing. Yeah,
and
or
also
you filled out all that stuff.
And not to mention, when I had applied to this job anyway, I didn't even realize where it was. Because it would have been a 45-minute commute to get there every day if I'd gotten a job there. Because I thought it was just somewhere nearby.
Okay, so
so if they ever complain about not having workers, it's because they're unorganized.
That's it. That is. Mm-hmm.
See, it's not that young people don't want to work.
It's not that I was lazy and scared and scared of people. That's not it at all. It was on them.
It's that companies aren't making it easy to work for them.
If they wanted me to work there, then they wouldn't have me do it. My job requirements would be to show up, make bank, and go home. All right? Get with it.
yeah.
Those facial expressions were phenomenal.
No, Alex, do you have any fun interview stories?
No,
You don't?
Come on, dude.
I'll do one.
I actually don't. I don't know. I don't have any really bad, funny.
Oh, so they just everything's gone well for you.
Well, I mean, I've been denied a job before. But,
I'm sorry. Could you take the silver spoon out of your mouth real quick? I can't hear you.
I guess I'm just really good at interviews then.
Flunking this one.
So whenever I was looking for a job coming out of college, there was two processes I was going through. The one that I currently have, and then this other one. And this other one was, oh my goodness, it was insane for what it was. So this was a job for. I was going to be. I don't know. I don't even remember what the job title was, but it was some sort of content sort of person. Just I don't know, digital, maybe digital media,
running a Facebook page or something.
Well, that's what I sort of thought it was, but for a forensic accountant for this forensic accounting firm.
Are you putting bones in folders and keeping track of them?
I had no idea what forensic accounting was.
Scary.
But I learned later that through this process that these are people who they help out with cases and things that are about money cases or something like that. They'll go through the books of being trying to find if some money's been laundered
discrepancies,
or embezzlement.
So you would make a little fun video about a $20 bill jumping around and then someone snatches it and it's that's mine, and then they throw it in laundry and now it's getting laundered. And they're don't launder your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I go through the first thing. The first process, you submit your application online. They have this whole application thing, and it's 3 pages, and then it's all these different things. And so I went there and I did that and got all the information and everything. And then it went to a second round, which a second round was a phone call with the person. Makes sense. So far, so good. So I get a phone call with the person. They're like, great. Okay, we're going to put you through the third round. Third round is you're going to get it was like an 8-page questionnaire about your personality and about, and you had to answer all these yes, no, and then like sliding scales about who you were and all this stuff. And it was absolutely awful. And then once you passed that round, you could go to your fourth round. Your fourth round was a in-person interview. And so I got to this fourth round. I don't know who's all applying to this. I don't know how many people have made it through all these hoops that I've made it through. So I go to this fourth round. And I know by the end of it, there was like three of us. So I'm at this fourth round, and it's meeting them in person, and they have this cool little office, and it's this lady, and she's like, okay, so this is our like, my thing is like, so I make like jokes about it or whatever, because that's stupid and ridiculous, and they find no humor in what hoops they've made me jump through.
Our 8-page personality questionnaire is a very serious business. Yeah. When we asked if you like flumples or Twist-Its better, that was very serious.
Wait a minute. So you
But these
got
were all like pie in the sky, like crazy, like, yeah, what would you do in this situation? Oh, do you like this or this, or like, and it's all this stuff that's just nonsense.
And then they never give you good answers too.
And they're like, but it makes us know the core of you, and like, and if that would be a good fit.
No, it fucking doesn't.
Yeah, and it's awful. So, but I get there, and part of this questionnaire, no joke, they bring out like these cards, these cards that are of just like almost like what's those
flash
tests?
cards?
Well, they're flash cards, but they're almost like these, like, what are those tests that psychologists use with the ink blots?
Oh yeah.
But they're like weird drawings, and they're like, okay, what do these make you think of? And then there were some with like animals and stuff, and it's like, okay, or there was four cards, and they were like there were several different aspects of this thing. There was that, and then there was like, here's four cards of like a train station and a window looking out on a sunny day, and a dog by a fire hydrant, and then like all these things. It's like, which one do you like more? Which one connects with you the most? And why?
Are you sure you didn't accidentally go into an appointment that was supposed to check like an adolescent for like emotional issues?
But so this is what this whole thing was. Is like, and they were, and they walk with you, and they're like, okay, all this is for, and then they're like, but the job here, we want to do content because I want a podcast, is what she was like saying. I want a podcast, and I want to I want to talk about these money cases that I do, because I do a lot of these money cases, and it's about like it could be interesting. It could be like a thing in like a divorce about someone using it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess so. But like, why is this your criteria for how
that makes any sense? No correlation.
Yeah, and they had another person there, and he's like, okay, so this is this other guy that I hire, and he's like, he's trying to make me a board game.
Like transmute her?
He's
Light as a feather, made of a board.
Yeah, he was like, she was like, I'm really thinking like it would be a great board. Are you interested in board games at all? And I'm like, no, I'm not. And she's like, well, that's good, because we have this guy here, and I just hired him, and he's making me a board game, a forensic accounting board game, and I want it to be shown at parties, because we also do parties.
What don't they do?
They do parties, and they do money game parties, like about like how money could be laundered. It was an absolute insane thing. These people were insane people, and I'm sorry, and they could probably do some sort of damage to me or whatever. I don't know. They're just random people in an office.
Maybe they shouldn't be insane. That is crazy. I forgot that the whole thing was like forensics accounting.
Yes, they were forensic accounting.
And then they ask you what your favorite kind of polar bear is.
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
But I the whole time I was like with these cards, I'm like, oh, what are these like tarot cards? No. Which one's your favorite? And it's like, and all it's like, I'm making trying to make some jokes and stuff, but this was not funny. This was serious business. There was not a humorous part of this whatsoever. And I'm like, can we back up and like say this is weird? They did not want to think this was weird.
Now, were you with the other two people during this?
I was not.
Okay.
No, that would make sense. They would not put, because then you guys would be like, this is weird, right? And they're like, yeah, this is weird.
Yeah. Wow. And they were like, the person before you, I feel like we really got to know him because of these cards.
No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So did you complete the interview?
I went through all of that. It ended there.
You are stronger than I.
So you were not contacted after that?
I was not contacted. I did not make it after that. I was offered, a job with my other thing that wasn't that difficult of a thing. It was a seemingly longer process for my other one is like, how long they got back to me and everything and like the different chains of that. But like, cause this one, they were like, here's one day. And then like, they would get back to you like 2 days later. We want to do this phone interview. And like, so this all took place over like 2 or 3 weeks. It was real kind of a quick thing, but with these different days and,
interview processes and
that is by far the weirdest thing that I've ever went through.
Yeah, I thought like the regular personality questionnaires were bad, but that's wacky.
Yeah, it is wacky.
that's great. These companies somehow survive.
Well, this was a small organization, but yeah.
It sounds like a fake kind of corporation that would have been in like Tim Allen's like Last Man Standing show. It's like look at these snow. They asked me what my favorite. And it's like that's not a real. They wouldn't really. They don't want to know your feelings.
No, this would be like.
Is this company still going?
I have no idea. If someone told, like, if I had seen this in a movie somewhere, I'd be like, well, okay, that's funny or whatever. That's not real. This literally happened, and I still can't believe this happened in my life. And it's still like this weird thing of like, yeah, that whole thing happened. And like, it was also weird because like I was there on an off day. Like it was a day that like, it was a Friday afternoon and they had said, oh, we've told everyone to take a half day today. And it was an empty building. So it was like, it was people there. Like it wasn't like bare bones. Like there was offices and stuff and
It
chairs.
wasn't like the parking garage.
Yeah.
That follows.
But no, it was not that. So there were people, there were like people work there, but like it was literally only this lady and her board game expert.
Wow. Wow.
But supposedly she's like, yeah, there's people's typically here. We took a half day, but we stayed here for this interview. I don't know why the board game person was there. He didn't really talk throughout it. He was like, oh yeah. He just kind of like, sit there and was like,
He was focused.
Well, he was kind of like, I don't know. He wasn't like, he was just kind of like, he's like, oh yeah. Oh, and it was like with the cards and I have to explain why I picked the dog in the snow.
Cade, if
He's like, oh yeah.
If we get enough comments or likes or subscriptions to our Patreon.
Will we dox this company? That's what I want. Yeah.
No, not docs.
Okay.
Will we play this board game? If the board game is now out.
I don't know if it's out.
Well, that's basically just doxing the company.
Yeah, that's true.
We might play it if this board game's out. We might play, or just a board. If we happen to play a money forensic accounting board game,
Monopoly.
we play.
They just remade a Monopoly.
That's he comes out.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Here's my board game," and they're like, "Oh wow, yeah."
It has like 2 extra tiles.
That really, yeah. I think that guy was probably just trying to figure out how to make Monopoly, but be like, look, you can launder money, and that's bad.
Is that whenever it says go to jail, it's like go to jail for money laundering, pay $200 and go to jail or
It's
something.
like, go to jail, but then he looks at you real sly, or you can use some of that money and your connections to get out of it. Doesn't that sound like somebody?
Yeah.
And that has been.
We don't have a thing. That was not a segment. Oh, okay.
That's Ben. How you doing, Ben?
Now, if you want us to play this board game, let us know. Email us at Cade Friends at gmail.com.
At Cade
Cade Friends.
Cade and Friends.
Nope, just Cade Friends.
Cade Friends.
Sounds a little close to Smiling Friends.
Cade Friends.
Cade Friends.
Oh, I'm not looking at the camera directly. Cade. Contact us at cadefriends at gmail.com if you want us to play this board game.
You kind of look like you'd be singing like a Sarah McLachlan song or something.
In the eyes of an angel.
Or I was singing like, you say you hear what I want to. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. We're going to move on to our next segment, Joseph.
Okay.
If you can believe it.
Oh, wow.
It's the one, Alex. So here's our next segment titled Lil Nicky.
Holy shit.
Fan favorite.
Little Nicky. This is a shiznit.
Fan favorite Lil Nicky. At least we hope so. Because
Yeah. We've really doubled down on this.
Yeah.
Tripled and quadrupled and
You guys went over the talks with Adam Sandler and everything? Like he's letting you do this?
well, ours is titled Lil Nicky.
Oh.
L.I.
Little. Yeah.
L.I.L.
That's how we're getting around that.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna know how to find that. He doesn't know how to computer works.
I'm very excited for our last segment as well, though.
Yes. Okay.
Lil Nicky.
Lil Nicky. So we're not gonna explain you too much.
Okay.
This is going to be an auditory experience.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for that?
Sure. Do I-
So what we're going, well, I'll explain briefly.
All right.
This is a segment that Alex and I recorded
2 years ago.
2 years ago, audio only.
All right.
You're going to listen to it.
Okay.
We can pause it at any time. It has that ability.
Okay.
We don't want to do that too long because the segment's already going to be long and irritating.
Sure thing.
This is going to be a lengthy segment.
Okay.
And you're going to hate it by the end of it.
Okay.
But then it's going to come around.
All right.
And then you're going to hate it again.
Okay.
And then it's going to be questionable where it ends up.
All right.
It's
Okay.
a 50-50. Here we go.
Hello, Alex.
Just to clarify, this was 2 years ago.
2 years
that
ago.
we made this one.
And Alex does not remember any of this.
I do not remember it.
Someone gonna be killed in this? Is this like audio of like a murder?
Possibly. Hey, I was drinking some water.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks for that. Welcome to Lil Nicky.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about that? Pause that, Alex. Not really. What do you think the segment is? Joseph,
What do I think of it?
what do you think the segment is? What's going to happen here?
You're gonna try and make rap out of quotes from Adam Sandler movies, specifically maybe Little Nicky.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, well, great.
You know what I do? So this is a part of the show.
We've read through this a few times. And this is how we open it every time, right?
You know, we do something. I was just trying to change it up. So this is the one bit of the show that we have pre-recorded. We pre-recorded it. We've done 6 other ones before this one. This is the one part of the show that is pre-recorded.
How are you saying this without moving your mouth?
It's pre-recorded.
Yeah. And when you want it paused, Joseph, you can just say pause.
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 Okay.
Put your paws up.
You can also, I guess, you
Because
could just
baby,
go,
you were born this way.
How are you doing that without moving your mouth?
it's magic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's magic.
I didn't hear the sprinkle sound, so.
Oh, do not. It will not. It will reset it.
I will not.
Yeah. Play. Let's hear.
And we're going to play it before a segment where we introduce the friends.
Yes. So this is a really interesting segment.
You're a friend.
We come up with
You're
the
a friend.
nicknames of our close friends, Alex and
you're a
I,
close friend.
and then we present it to them, and they either accept or decline their new Lil Nicky. Oh, it's a nickname segment.
We want to keep this around 10 minutes, so we're going to put a little. We will
Are you
have
on this episode? Do you know?
No, I don't know if I'm. We thought I would be in these a lot less, like 50% of the time or something, and I've now been in this like 95% of the time.
You're a staple.
Yeah.
I'm a staple now.
It's because the audience loves him so much.
Yeah.
Of course.
Fan favorite. I think I am. I hope I am.
So if Joseph, if you have something to say to Joseph right now, just burning a hole.
Oh my God.
2 years
Joseph. ago. I love you. I love you. not in that type of way, but
No, say it in that way, Alex.
Joseph. Joseph. I love you. I love you so much.
How do you think he took that?
Honestly,
You can
I
respond.
think he's
live.
probably grabbing his heart right now and like, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty happy looking.
Wow.
You didn't grab your heart though. It's kind of sad.
You are That was me saying thank you backwards. And I grabbed the side of my chest that doesn't have my heart.
Oh, I see.
So you were exactly wrong.
Now you can respond a little bit to it here and there, you know, just lightly. If you want to do some profound things, saying longer things, you can say pause. But yeah,
If it's just a quick little quip.
but we also, you know, This is going to be a long segment, so we need to get through it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, in a clutch of heart attack, he kills Joseph.
Oh my God.
It's pretty close.
So we're gonna put a little bit of time on the clock. We're gonna keep this around 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Oh boy.
Let's do that. We were really quick
Get
with this
comfy.
one.
Get
We didn't have any bits. You don't do any bit before this that Joseph has to sit and listen to?
Does he deserve that?
Oh, does Joseph deserve a good? Well, I think
Are bits good or bad?
in general with us, they're probably pretty tedious to listen to.
Joseph deserves it then.
Okay, let's try to do a bit here.
This is less time for his Lil Nicky,
Okay.
but it's well worth it.
So
You know what? If he was a brand of water, what would he be?
if Joseph was a brand of water,
Okay, choose carefully.
that's an interesting question. Yeah, no, he would be self-deprecating and be like, I'm like, I don't know, like bad water. I don't know. I can't do a Joseph. I can't do a Joseph joke. I don't know what would he say. What would Joseph say? What type of water would he?
You better not say I'm Dasani. If you guys say I'm Dasani, I will leave and knock over every cord in my way.
I don't remember what we said.
Well, you better pray.
Personally, I don't like Aquafina.
Oh, really?
We're drinking Aquafina right now.
Are we gonna
We're not
disparage a brand?
No. That was a joke.
That was a
That's
joke?
humor.
Because I was drinking it.
It's a visual humor that the people listening can't hear.
They can't hear. They can't see. I just took a drink of water right now.
And then you
I
spilled it
a
all
little
over
bit.
yourself. Anyways,
That was a bit.
that was the best. That was a good
thank
bit.
God.
Okay, we got it.
All right, cool. All right.
We got
We avoided the Dasani gate.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do 6 minutes, 48 seconds.
I would have taken Aquafina, or I would have taken LaCroix. I would have taken LaCroix as well.
Thank God we didn't.
Yeah, no, you're lucky you didn't, because just like the salt they had the Dasani, I would have been salty.
Yeah.
Did you hear how much time we put on the clock?
6.5 minutes.
6.5. Boy.
Okay, 6 minutes, 48
These have
seconds.
progressively gotten weirder and weirder times. 6 minutes, 48 seconds on the clock.
48.
Okay. How did
Joe.
we met? Joe. I think that's it. Let's do it. We got it. Joseph,
right.
do you accept or decline your... No.
We'll go a little bit further. But Joe, because you know what? That's our fallback, not friend Joseph. Joe, I don't think he's ever heard that one.
I'm sure he hasn't.
Never.
There's a lot there because, I mean, the name has, I think a lot of people have the nickname Joe, Joey,
hate
Giuseppe.
hate all of those.
Surfy.
Surfing USA.
That's a good one, actually. I would take
Write it down. Surfing USA.
a little Beach Boys vibe.
Well, be choice by. It makes sense how you get there from
Surfing
Joseph.
USA.
Oh yeah, surf.
Yeah. Okay.
Turf.
That's our first one. Okay.
Joe's the first one. Surfing USA is the second
Oh,
one.
sorry.
Come on.
Yeah.
Joe, come on.
Okay. So, how do we meet Joseph?
Oh, we're
We met him at the exact same time, didn't we?
We met him through theater.
gonna retread the same thing.
The art of theater.
I've never heard this before.
G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe.
The Eye Joe.
You guys are really proud of that
Joe.
one.
Theater Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, there you go.
That's something.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I can't see.
I don't want to
it's
put
like
him to that.
cotton.
I want to nix that one right now.
Okay.
Nixon.
Nixon.
You don't know me.
Nixon Joseph.
Nixo. Nico.
Nico.
Nico's not. That's not bad. That's a practical one. Nico. Hey, Nico. Actually, know of a. That's a name I've heard before. Like I know of the Nico, but I don't know if that. I don't know if that's her name. Doesn't matter. It's now a nickname.
Yeah. So,
so
we met him through
Nico?
theater.
So
Very
Nico?
talented. That's
So Nico, is that one of the choices here? Am I getting multiple choices?
you get offered one at the end of this.
Okay, you got. So this is just like the train of thought.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
getting the
following
whole-
it to the depot.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And things will get kicked off the train as typical train rides happen. Passengers get kicked off along the way.
Yeah.
And only one passenger makes it to the end of the station.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Perfect metaphor.
You know the movie the Oriental Express. How like it starts out like with a crowd of people watching it, and then slowly as the movie goes, people leave the theater.
I like to think Polar Express.
Kids saw like they left as soon as they saw Tom Hanks.
Yeah. No one arrived at the end of that station.
You see those dead eyes, and no one sticks around.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
unless they have hot chocolate and they're watching it in school.
It's a great movie to watch at school.
Yeah, well, because you're not doing anything when you're watching it. Yeah,
Better than the alternative.
which is something.
Tally.
Tally.
That's a callback.
I like Tally.
Someone else's.
Yeah.
Tally Joe.
Tally Joe. Tally ho.
Tally ho.
Okay.
Tally Hosef.
All right. Well, you're losing me.
Tally Hosef. I really like that one.
I like Tally Ho. Tally Hosef, it loses itself a little bit. Tally Hosef makes you question my moral compass.
Don't you think you would like to go around like, and here's Tally Hosef?
I would have to swing in from like a rope.
Yeah.
Tally Hosef.
Like Tally Ho, I have to say it when I come in because they'd be like, "Here's our guest," and then people would be like,
Yeah. Before
"What's his name?" And then he'd be like,
Dun, 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 dun.
and then like
Tally.
I wouldn't come in at first.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of giggles, and he's like, "No, he's supposed to."
Yeah.
And then I
almost played the laugh track.
that would have been bad.
Well, because then we'd have to restart the whole segment over again.
Yeah.
Boy.
Okay.
This
right.
really got you though, Cade. You're really laughing in this.
I really like Tally Hosef. I don't know what you had to say about that. I think it's hilarious.
Boy, we still have plenty of time as well. That's the sad part. We have so many good ones and so much time.
I think it's funny. Joseph having to go by that. Okay. What else? What else?
You know what you said earlier, self-deprecating. His humor is sometimes self-deprecating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely
He's very
say
funny, though.
I would say
He's
Tally
very
Hosef, and I wouldn't be happy
Also,
about
I mean,
it.
yeah, I think that's the humorous part. Is you having to deal with that for your life.
Social media are Debbie and Joseph. They're both in. Also, Joseph was in a film of mine.
Joseph was in the film with Debbie.
I don't
Debbie
remember that.
and Hannah. And his post is amazing. He's so great.
Talking about your social media.
Really
I don't do those so
Talking-
much anymore.
Talking about
Sad.
him in my film, he was so amazing in that role.
Oh.
I don't know where my film is at this point in time. If it's
was
out
2
there,
years
go
ago.
watch it. His
It was
performance
back when it
is
was
pretty
being
great.
shipped.
Joseph is pretty great.
You're shipping
Pause it for a
Wait.
second. It's a good bit. Yeah, where it's like out on the ocean somewhere.
Yeah, you had to get it animated in Taiwan.
Yeah. You know exactly where the one copy of it was at that point.
You had to get that dream sequence animated that we ended up cutting from the movie anyway.
Yes. Which,
'Cause
I mean,
it ended up being pretty insensitive after,
after the incident, yeah.
like nobody could have planned for that, but
Yeah.
it didn't look good.
It seemed oddly specific.
It seemed like it was made in bad taste.
Yeah.
And really, like it was like we had no idea.
But we had no idea. It was completely not. Yeah. Who would have thought that was?
But anyways,
Yeah.
we don't want to talk about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
No. Yeah. You don't want to talk about it.
Drake.
Joe and Great. Drake.
He's wait, what?
Joseph and Great. Joe and Great. Drake.
It worked.
Hate the Drake.
Where's the D come from?
You know, I don't know. I don't know where the K came out either. But Drake. You're not going to humor that one.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to write it down.
Yeah. If
I went
Joseph was
past
an
that.
animal, what would he be?
No, that's a good question.
That's a good question. An animal.
What's the most deprecating?
Like are you guys asking me?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, I don't know what I would be. I'd like to be a pangolin, not a penguin, but a penguin. The little armadillo kind of. I like
Yes.
because I like how their hands always like.
And they cause a certain
Like they can just like eat a bunch of like killer bees or whatever, and they're just totally chill because like they got that armor. Nothing gets through that thing.
Well, maybe we say that one.
It could be. Could be. Let's hear what we're saying.
Yeah.
Self-deprecating animal.
What's a animal that is very like knows knows itself really well?
There we go. Yeah, I saved that.
I thought you were just being, what's an animal that just knows it's a piece of shit? Like an animal who just is dangerously aware that it sucks. You guys are gonna say platypus.
I really you almost said it just knows it's a loser.
I don't know what I was going to say there.
So Joseph, 2 years ago, to be fair, you did have a lot of self-deprecating humor.
Yeah, I still do. I hate myself.
Okay. So we're not wrong.
No.
And we're not being mean.
No, sure.
yeah.
Yeah, if that helps. If that helps.
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So we're just for anyone wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah. You call yourself a loser, so we can, right?
Exactly. I do it so it's okay. So I'm letting everyone else know that it's okay. I punch myself in the mouth, so it's like, hey, you know what? You can wail. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first thing that comes to mind, and not to be mean, but a sloth, maybe?
I was gonna say. I thought that was too easy.
Yeah.
Yes, but simple brain.
It's simple. Yeah, like mine. I know.
No, me simple.
Me simple. Me.
You.
No, me.
You.
Me simple.
Me.
No. Me simple.
I don't know why that got me.
My simple brain may be simple, but no, it'll use tools.
Quick play, Alex.
Walrus.
Walrus.
You know what? You're right. Because walruses are definitely.
Stash.
They know who they are. They're like, I'm a walrus.
No expectations.
Waljo? Waldo.
Waljo.
Waljo.
Walrus. Walrus. Joseph.
Roe.
Row.
Because Russ and Joe, Roe.
Row.
Raj. Roj.
Roj.
Rojo.
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 There you go. We totally lost our minds over this.
Rojo.
I feel like I'm being bombarded by a couple of meth heads at 7-Eleven. I'm walking out. It's 4 a.m. I'm on my way to work, and you guys have just bombarded me, just saying these things at me. I'm trying to get to my car, but you will not let me. Did you guys recover okay? Did you know the house was being fumigated when you recorded in it?
Yeah, no, there was a gas leak. We didn't quite realize that at the time.
Because we made all these at the same time. Oh my God.
Okay. What else?
Rojo.
What else?
How many do we have so far?
We have 5.
I feel. You know what?
decent.
All right,
Okay.
what are the 5?
We're going to eliminate 2 of these.
Eliminate 2.
First one, Joe.
It's a good one to yeah.
Option 2, Surfing USA.
Oh.
Surfing or surfing?
Surfing.
Surfing.
Surfing USA.
Okay.
You guys are tossing that one out?
I don't know. We're just
Nico.
running through it all.
Yeah, we're running through.
Oh, Nico.
Number
Okay.
4, Tally Hosem.
Forgot about that.
You had to brace yourself.
I had to brace myself.
I don't know why that's so funny. Okay. And number 5, Rojo.
Yeah. Yeah, those are
All
good
right, so we're
ones.
going to eliminate 2. Which ones do you think they're going to be?
I really hope you get rid of Joe. just for starters. Just chuck that one in the river. Don't look back. And no, not a fan of Rojo.
So
like
which
it's-
one out of
Okay,
these?
well, we'll display. We'll get his opinion at the end.
okay.
Okay. But
You don't
just
want to
the two.
have him choose one now and
No.
see if we.
We'll just go ahead and play.
Okay. Do we get rid of Joe? Eliminate Joe. We're gonna eliminate.
There you
Joe.
go. Boom.
Yeah.
One of these days we're gonna land on something just really appropriate. Nico is solid.
It kind of fits him.
I feel like
Is
a
it
Nico.
funny?
Yeah, I
no.
think it would.
But I think it kind of fits in a weird way.
Yeah,
Are we going for
it's not-
fun
it's not
or are we going for fit?
I don't know.
I don't know what we're doing here.
Okay. So let's mark out Joe.
Well, not mark out Joe.
And then
it's off.
Rojo, I think we can also.
Oh,
Yeah.
boom.
All right, cool.
We're
Yeah.
all on the same page here.
Does not happen often.
I really just thought, like, Rojo sounds a little bit too close to Flojo. I'm not very fast, so I don't feel like I can take that title.
All right.
Good. This is good.
Surfing USA,
For USA.
Nico, and Tally Hosef.
Solid.
Tally Hosef. Maybe get rid of Tally Hosef.
What?
Oh, this is
That's hard for me.
Which one would you rather get rid of? My top 2 are Surfing USA and Nico.
Really? My top 2 are
Oh, it's been 7 minutes 30 seconds.
my top 2 would be Tally Hosef.
Just Tally Hoso.
I don't know. Things are tough. Surfing USA. Ending with the fact that Joseph, your nickname's Surfing USA. Pretty great.
It does. Do we want to go serious or funny?
Tally Hosef made me joke really early on. I don't know if it just
joke.
took me off guard.
After simmering for 2 years, I do like Tally Hosef.
Yeah.
I do. I don't remember what we do. Well, I think I remember what we do, but
Yes.
But more and more I said it becomes less funny.
Oh.
Tally Hosef.
All right, get rid of Tally Hosef. Nico
Oh,
or Surfing USA?
Down to 2.
Okay.
I think we get rid of 20 seconds.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's think about this.
Oh my
20
God.
seconds on the clock.
Oh my God.
Let's get this ready. Let's waste our time right now
Yep,
to get
I'm
20
wasting
seconds.
some time. Start.
Oh,
My heart is racing.
So do we want to be serious or
gonna
do we
happen?
want to go Surfing USA?
Everyone else's has been funny.
It has
What if
been funny.
Joseph's is the one serious one.
Which is weird because I always thought his would be the one that's just the most crazy out there, like Tally Hosef. But Surfing USA
oh no. What's going
is
to happen?
pretty funny. I really want just to give him that and be like, do you want to go? Because here's the thing. I think Joseph's going to accept whichever one of them.
Oh boy.
Will he? But Nico is so
no,
straight.
Nico.
Okay, Nico is so straightforward that do you think he's going to decline it?
I don't think he'll decline.
I don't know. What's he gonna
I
say?
think he'll go with it. He's the type of person who would change his profile name on Facebook to whatever we change it to.
Was this before? Hold on.
Even if it's only from.
Was this before I changed my name to Bread?
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, you guys kind of had that spot on then.
I think it was before it was bread.
Because I changed my name to Bread because I wanted to make a comment on somebody's thing because they mentioned something about bread and I was gonna be like, hey, what you talking about? And then I was Bread.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That is.
I'm glad you said so because otherwise I wouldn't have known that you thought that.
I want you to know whenever I went back to your name and I said Joseph Bread and I was like, that isn't correct.
Yeah.
And I was like, has his last name been Bread this entire time?
Just misspelled.
And I just didn't know.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to know that I wasn't crazy and it was not Bread.
But no, it is.
No.
Okay.
So here's the finale.
For 5 minutes. Oh, they're both so good.
But wouldn't it be funny to see his profile account just say Surfing USA?
You're right. All right, Surfing USA it is.
But Nico's so great.
Is this the first one we're going to be like, we give him the choice?
here.
Do we give him the choice?
God, that's so
That
hard.
breaks our entire
Don't
segment
give
if
people
that's what we do.
choice.
Oh.
But this segment is fluid, right?
This segment is fluid.
We're gonna
We've done
break
all
the
these in one
segment?
take, but it's flown. Oh,
You know-
this is our longest take as well.
Oh my God, we
no.
are running into Joseph's time just of being
Joseph,
interviewed.
we're eating your time.
Okay.
Like the
okay.
Langoliers.
Completely break our segment for this one time for him to choose between Nico or Surfing USA.
We then continue to break that.
Wait about.
Is Surfing USA as great as I think it is?
Can we combine
good.
Surfing Nico USA, Nico?
I don't think we can.
I don't think we can.
I don't
work,
think we can't
Alex.
call him Surfing Nico, can we?
I do kind of
Nico
like
surfing
that.
in the USA.
Nico, you,
I kind of like Surfing Nico just because it's like neither of those things are true about me. Like whereas like Surfing USA, it's just like the one like surfing goes at you, but Surfing Nico is like his name is Nico and he must like the beach. And then they meet me. It's like you don't have a puka shell neck. What's your deal? It's like I'm Joseph. And they're like oh I thought you're Nico. I was like no. But
That's my nickname. My name's Joseph, but my nickname is Surfing Nico.
I was like oh because you just like the surf like you meet in fun again. No I just like I boogie board. You know I can't go right really deep out. But no.
Finish it out, Alex.
USA.
Nico USA.
Nico USA.
No, it doesn't work.
We have to choose one.
Do we choose one?
Do we flip a coin?
Oh boy.
Flip a cap. Flip a cap.
Okay.
This is
a cap. That will
record
work.
breaking. This
That will
is record
definitely work.
shattering.
Okay.
All right, this is heads. This is tails.
I think one of those is probably going to be more to math is going to work. I have a coin.
we don't
Oh.
have time.
We
for
have a coin. I got a coin.
Oh, one fell out.
Oh,
All right, we got a pen. We got a pen. All right.
Okay,
All right.
heads, Surfing USA, tails, Nico.
oh boy.
You call it.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
this
No,
is-
you
this
just
is
did.
too much
I'm
for
gonna let it fall on
chance.
the floor.
I
Okay.
can't believe you guys would do this.
Tails, Nico.
Nico.
Joseph, if you would rather have the Surfing USA,
We'll allow it this
we'll
time.
allow it this time. Joseph, you're Lil Nicky.
Yeah.
That sounded wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
You're Lil Nicky.
My little
Is
Nicky,
Nico.
yeah.
Joseph, do you accept or decline? You're Lil Nicky.
My
If you decline it, do you accept Surfing USA?
Do we give him two options? Or breaking it right now at the very end?
It doesn't matter. The coin flip. Joseph, you also have the choice of Surfing USA as your Lil Nicky.
Joseph, do you accept Surfing USA or Nico as your Lil Nicky?
Record breaking, you are.
Yes, this is broke our entire
It's
segment.
still going.
Joseph, have a great day. I love you.
You also might be there.
Oh, yeah. Good to see you.
This will make things very awkward. Immediately cutting back to the segment in which you've just professed your love.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. I wasn't even listening.
So
Wow.
we have a predicament though.
We
Yeah, we
broke
do,
the
yeah.
rules of our segment, one of our most popular and beloved segments.
I can't believe people are going to be really upset about
Yeah.
that.
we have
I
an
don't know.
extra predicament though.
Oh, we did that for you, Joseph.
because we have Surfing Nico that
Oh yeah,
came out.
we didn't expect that. Okay, Joseph, it's to you.
Yeah.
This is a big decision here.
Well, Nico, I didn't really like it at first, but it really grew on me. And as we got time to spend with each other around the villa, I just I don't know, the feelings that started coming out were just not what I was expecting. But Surfing USA, it's a classic. You know, the first time I heard it, like, they just stuck out to me. You know,
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a special relationship. And, you know, of course, there's things that, you know, Surfing USA does that, you know, Nico could never dream of. But no, not to say that, you know, one's better than, because it's still really, I don't want to hurt Nico, you know, I don't want. But then when Surfing Nico came along, it really just threw everything I knew through a loop. Like, the things I thought I was looking for in, you know, a name just seemed to, you know, unfold right before me, you know, as if I was seeing like a new part of life that I had never been, you know, revealed to me before. But I guess if I had to choose between the three of them, I think I got to go Surfing USA.
Oh wow!
I think I got to go Surfing USA. As much as I'd like Nico, I have attachments. You know, my ex-girlfriend's dog, his name was Nico. You know.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of
I don't think I can take that. Surfing Nico
It's
would
like
have.
that could have shortened the segment quite a bit if you just would have stopped it there and just take it.
Well, I have to let you guys, you know, because I didn't just, you know. It's not just Nico is just so much more than a name, you know. It's a feeling. It's an emotion, and I didn't want to just let that one thing, you know, separate us from what could have been something beautiful. But at the same time, I just don't think I could have ever given it the attention that it really deserved because of that.
So you accept Surfing USA?
I accept
as your
Surfing USA. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Awesome.
Surfing USA.
So will you be changing your Facebook profile name to?
Maybe not my but my Twitter for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Do you follow him on Twitter?
Do I?
I don't think so, because last time I told you guys my Twitter handle, you didn't believe me.
This is on the last episode of that Joseph was on.
Yeah, I told you guys my Twitter, and like I make a lot of gags, you know, I make a lot of jokes and stuff. But whenever I'm real with you guys, I'm real, and I was real.
Do you
with
mind
it.
sharing your Twitter handle again?
Let me
Get it right here.
let me get it right, because there's, you know,
This is all part of the Lil Nicky segment still, by the way.
there's a lot of like underscores and stuff on there. It is the word I, all
This
capitals.
is at, right? This is
at EYE underscore C underscore U underscore P. And you guys didn't believe me when I told you guys that. You thought I was pulling a gag. You thought I was doing a classic Joseph riff. But that is my Twitter handle.
And is your name currently?
Shonen Jump you got at the Scholastic Book Fair, yes.
Yeah.
That is a picture of you
It is.
holding.
A jar of dubious things.
I will follow you because you. I did not follow you originally because I thought you were joking.
Yeah, I know. You guys thought I was joking. You think I thought I was fooling. Yeah, that is
You're a jokester.
Yeah, that is my Twitter.
2 days ago,
Yeah.
you said, as of the recording of this, you said
yes.
making double chocolate cookies for a friend and also dropping off my dog's stool samples at the vet might get the two confused and cause some comic mischief.
Yeah.
IDK.
Yeah.
That's the type of content that you.
That is how sometimes, you know, yeah.
Great.
You are a teeth owner.
I am a teeth owner. Yeah, I'm bad at description, so I said I'm a teeth owner.
Well,
Great.
I
So
look
Surfing
for
USA.
when this podcast episode comes out.
You're gonna have to wait.
that.
You're gonna have to wait till the podcast episode drops before you change that.
Okay, sure. Yeah, no, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Because that would just suck, you know.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at my Twitter because I say such really cool and funny things.
And everyone
and-
knows your Twitter follows it.
Yeah. And you know they see Surfing USA, and it's like that doesn't make. I don't get that. You know what
Yeah.
is that? That's not really, you know, whoosh, it goes over my head. But then they see the episode, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that would have been so much funnier.
Funnier.
It gives away the ending.
gives away the ending. Spoils it.
A slight embarrassment on my part. Whenever you said it's the word I in all caps, I was like, the letter I?
Yeah.
I forgot that the word I, EYE, was a thing.
It's a lesser known word.
Well, great. That has been our segment titled Lil Nicky.
If anyone follows my Twitter and sees me posting horny things, just don't look at that. if you guys see me talking to girls, don't look at that. I'm talking to girls.
Oh,
Did anybody comment on that, Alex?
no. That just caught me off guard.
Just don't look.
I want to look more now.
No. If you want to look, just remember the Simpsons song. Just don't look, and then don't look.
You wouldn't be the first one to do that, though, Joseph.
What?
I actually, there's some people that I follow who like follow those things. Because you know how whenever you follow someone, it'll be like, oh, this person likes this.
Yeah.
It's always fun to be like, because you'll be scrolling through and then you'll just see like one of those kind of posts and it's like, why is this? And then you see Joseph liked this and you're like,
yeah.
Thanks,
I typically don't like those things when they appear on my feed, because those things appear on my feed because someone through some other. I don't look at I don't look at whatever we're talking about on Twitter. All right, but sometimes.
Do you want to close up your black and white close up?
Look, I don't look at that stuff on Twitter. Okay, but other people, my friend, someone I know, they look at it and then they like. So maybe sometimes it shows up, but I would never do that.
A fun fact about mine is some of the people, because I think I follow enough people, I actually have more girls liking those photos than I have men.
Actually, that is pretty common. Yeah, they're very supportive on there.
Yeah.
Girls liking what? What do you?
Yeah, what do you mean? I didn't understand that.
So I will get photos of a woman being undressed, showing up on my feed because a female friend likes that photo.
Yes.
And so those
It's a
are
positive sort of thing.
Yeah. And so, I mean, some of them are definitely because they're like, because they're little.
I'm sorry?
Oh, you can't see the hand movement. They're a little gay. I forgot you can't see, because I have gay friends and they like the naked women.
And also, you probably shouldn't do that as your symbol.
I'm
for
going to take this down here.
Just as a side note, that shouldn't be your. Just you could. It's probably easier just to say gay. You know.
I kind of like a little gay though.
They're just a little. Well, some of them are just a little gay.
Just a little.
And some of them are like really gay.
Yeah, like they're like 6 foot, and the other ones are like 4.
Yeah. And so it's like, it's only like one or two people I follow. One of them happens to be like mildly famous, maybe, but like that's their whole shtick is like.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Someone you follow. So someone you follow is.
They're somewhat famous, but their shtick is kind of like that kind of like PG-13 rated R kind of stuff, and so it makes sense that it's popping up in my feed because of them.
Yeah.
And then I have some of my gay friends who are liking that stuff.
Yeah.
And they're just it's just like because they
It's
like that stuff.
ever since Tumblr removed it definitely just kind of flooded. It's hard to avoid. It's hard to not that I look at it, not that I look at that. It's hard to avoid. I support. It's hard to avoid, but I don't. It not that I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm over here. You're doing a very bad job at defending yourself.
No one's accusing you of anything. You're the only one that's accusing yourself of stuff.
I'm not accusing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that if you were to attack, I would defend myself. I have receipts. I have screenshots. I can prove whatever I need to.
It's just, it was whenever that first, I realized that first started happening, because I remember the first time it happened, I was like, why am I seeing this?
Yeah.
And it took me like a couple times to realize that above it has so-and-so liked this photo. And I'm like, oh, thank God I don't like anything like that.
Yeah, me too, brother.
Because I was like, because it would have been like, how embarrassing would that have been? Like, I don't have anyone like
so embarrassing.
None of my family follows me on Twitter, but like how embarrassing would that be if my mom followed me and then there's just all of a sudden my mom gets a notification, your son liked this photo.
Maybe she'd be like, oh, that's nice.
Maybe
he's a healthy young man.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't love it, but I love seeing whenever I'm scrolling now and I'll be like, okay, why is this photo on my feed and like who liked it this time? And it's like, okay, so this person liked it.
Got a little bingo game.
Yeah, a little bingo. Like, who was it this time? Was it my gay friend? Was it the comedian? Was it someone that like I wasn't expecting?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Little bingo game every time you see a bongo. Playing the drums, you know. Play a drum on that. Not that I would know.
You know this is going to be posted online.
Yeah, but like you can edit this. You can edit this stuff.
I kind of want to get on Twitter now and just scroll. Cade, are you on Twitter?
I'm barely on Twitter.
Do you ever get these weird, inappropriate photos?
Just from like random sources, like a random number will just text you and it says like, you know, it's just a picture of like a dog.
No, that reminds me. Sorry, go
ahead. I'm barely. I must say, I'm barely on Twitter. It's the one.
Do you follow anyone that likes those photos? That
I must say, I'm barely on. So Twitter for me, I am almost exclusively because it was the platform to use when I was in high school, and so I'm almost exclusively still just friends with these people that I'm. Well, from high school, because I don't really I follow you, but you don't. I don't see. I see all of these people that I interacted with in high school, and I'm like, what? They're still hanging out with each other, and they're still doing things, and it boggles my mind that they still do. Because I know I'm not involved with them at all, and it's crazy, and it just sort of it makes me just like.
I'm friends with some of my high school friends still.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. It's odd. It's very odd. It's odd. Like some of them are like across different parts of the country and they still interact with each other. And it's just, it just sort of is like, oh, I feel like I'm somewhat past.
I live in Ohio. We interact.
I know.
But we're college friends.
It's a little different. And I
college
feel like
and high school is.
You're developed a little bit more.
And so it's just a weird thing seeing these people that I have not interacted with, you know, in quite a few years now, that they're still doing things, and so it's just like I don't know if I just unfollow them and then, but like even so, I don't know what to use Twitter for because I don't want to like just write things all the time. Like it's not for that. Like I don't know. I write things for other.
No, Twitter is definitely one of those, like, I feel like you need to be like very active in it. I use it for, I love Survivor, and I will get on Twitter for like, you know, whenever like live tweeting.
Yeah, and that's it's good to any
live
sort of
tweeting Super
live.
Bowl is fun.
Well, any sort of live event that's happening.
Yeah,
that's a good place just to see what's happening there.
It's good for like, you know, like there's like a video game side of it. Like there's definitely like a bunch of parts of Twitter for generally any kind of interest. You know, there's good shit posts on there as well.
I do like the memes on Twitter. I get a lot of memes on there. That's what most of the people I follow like, but occasionally I'll get the occasional.
There's like a lot of just unhinged things on there that are pretty funny to read.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, or because you'll see like the best and worst of TikTok on there as well. So like, you know, you'll have like this 80-year-old man making a TikTok and he's like, you know, people always ask me if I'm still attracted to older women. I tell them, no, teenagers do it best. And everyone's like, yes, go, Grandpa. Can you do like a sound after that? Could you like...
I was caught off guard by that.
Dude, it's alarming.
Yeah, I must say I don't particularly like Twitter. I don't like the way that it is. It's too much.
It's like there's a lot of trash.
It's just a lot, and it's just a lot of just things, and it's just too much, and it's just too many people like screaming their opinions into the void, and it's just like I don't know why people obsess and do so much of their time with it. Like I just can't, and it's like you're jumping like one thing now, like you're like jumping on like a moving roller coaster, and then it's like I don't, and then when you're there, it's like, and I just don't like it. It's I don't see any remote positives about it. Like that's the thing that I can't 100% get behind. Like it seems like all negative reactions that I seem to get from even if you get like a like, it doesn't seem to be as much of a big thing as like you get that stuff on like Instagram. I don't know. I like Instagram. I like Facebook more. You know, as a platform, not as a company. Yeah. But easily my favorite is I love YouTube a lot, and I like that sort of interaction of I get that a little bit more of like putting a presentation and then like putting it out and then having the comments in that sort of way, and like I much more I like that interaction a lot more.
But Cade, on Twitter, you're missing stuff like Mr. Peanut posting a poll.
It's true.
How do you eat your mixed nuts?
Ooh,
all together or one at a time?
How do you eat your mixed nuts, Cade? Let Mr. Peanut know.
Wait, so the two options are all at once or one at a time?
All together or one at a time?
Yeah, like like you get a handful, you dip your hand in there, just whatever nuts are in there.
I think I eat it one at a time.
All right.
Joseph?
Sometimes like depends on like the kind of mix. I'll do like
What's your favorite? Like, not in that would be in a mixed nuts sort of situation.
I know I'm a plain kind of like a plain. I like a peanut. I like a little peanut.
I like cashews a lot.
Cashews are like a second favorite, but I don't know.
I don't like
about
nuts.
At all.
Not really. I did go and vote though for one at a time. And one at a time
You
is
don't
winning.
like any you don't
I
like.
mean, they're okay. I like peanut butter. Why did I say it so weird? I like peanut butter. And I do like, I don't know what there is like a nut that I do like.
Why are you laughing? We're talking about peanuts. Is something funny to you? Is something funny about nuts, buddy?
Just looking at you when you.
Yeah, because I take this conversation very seriously. This is a serious endeavor that two of my friends are doing, and I'm trying to give it my all.
Yeah.
But
It'd be nice if my co-host took it seriously and had our serious conversation about nuts.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
But also, you would have missed things such as this lady who said, life is so strange. After nearly 4 decades of marriage, I never expected to be single again at 70. And I certainly didn't expect to find true love at the age of 73 in the middle of a pandemic.
See, that's the kind of trash that I was talking about that sometimes on Twitter. Like, that shit, like, boo.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks.
But then this person has memes like LOL, right?
Yeah, whatever, pal.
Like songs and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
But no, that's the thing though. Do I unfollow these people because they're my friends, or do I? And I just keep following them because I'm like, whatever. Like,
Yeah. Do you
whatever.
think that they know that you see these things?
I don't know.
I mean,
Why don't you screenshot it and send it to them?
Hey, do you know that? Are you aware you're liking this?
Yeah. Someone took a hold of your account.
that's another thing that one thing about Twitter is that same thing. Politicians will do that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But Ted Cruz got in trouble for that. Yeah.
Even that teenager that went to court a couple like months ago, that was all in the news. He right when he was released, like look at his Twitter account when he's just fucking retweeting Spank Bang. Yeah.
And why do people retweet that stuff?
I think some of them don't know how the internet works.
Okay.
Some of them probably do it for the meme, for the jokes.
Maybe so.
Like I could see Joseph doing that.
I only do that with like furry art. And only if it's like really funny, like it's expansion, like he's got like a guy in his stomach and he's like, oh, I'm so full. And then he's like, haha, I'm in his stomach. Like that's just really funny to me.
Are you serious? I think you're serious.
I don't retweet it, but I think that stuff is funny.
Interesting.
Especially when like they go like if it's really detailed and like you can tell somebody put a lot of work into something that just is very off-putting.
I've been told, because I have friends who are artists, that people in the furry community,
That's how they make money.
artists can make a lot of money from people in the furry community because they want good art. And so if you're an artist and you want to make money,
You got your close up.
if you're an artist, and you want to make some money,
This is a PSA. Both of you together. This is your shot.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Fine.
Okay. Hey, this is okay.
Here we go.
This is to the artists out there. Oh, not that way. That's your side one.
Hi, artist. I'm Alex.
I'm Joseph.
And we just want to let you know.
We just want to let you know.
Do you need money?
Do you need money?
Then we have an offer for you.
We have an offer for you.
Get into the furry community.
The furry community.
Because they will pay big.
That's right, Alex. They will pay big money for big things, if you know what I mean.
That's an innuendo.
Phallic
in a window.
phallic objects that have fur on them
And animals.
and animals.
I actually have friends in the furry community. And furry art is, it's a way to make some good money. So if you need money,
Okay.
I'm not a furry. I would like to make that clear.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah.
No,
Alex,
none of us are. None of us are, right, Cade?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He just
none-
has
none of us.
friends in the furry community.
Yeah,
That does sound a little ominous.
We all have friends in the furry community, don't we, fellas?
Well, it's hard to ignore whenever your friend is very much like, I'm a furry.
I know it's hard to ignore, especially when you start kind of understand. It's hard to ignore.
People don't understand.
Like, are you a furry?
No.
Joseph?
No.
Okay.
I did want to buy like I was at a Halloween store once and I saw like a white tiger mask that had like a movable mouth and I really wanted that, but no, I'm not a furry.
I think there's a difference in wanting something for like Halloween and also wanting something for like sexual reasons.
Well, I hear it's not always sexual either. I hear some of them just like dressing up and having a good
It's a
time.
Fursona. Your
Fursona, yes.
Do you
There
have
was
a Fursona?
a convention at our university, or a hangout at our university. Did you ever tell you this story?
There's a hang.
Oh my god! This is a fun story.
All right.
No, it's not a fun story. So there was okay. I'm part of. Was this my camera? I don't know. Whatever. I'm part of the. I was part of the honors program at RSU. Okay, and they one of these times they had a this honors lock in. Where they were going, it's stupid. They had stupid events. I hated every moment of it, and I can say it now.
Yeah, screw you, RSU.
No. RSU is great. No, that's not what I'm saying.
RSU.
We love RSU.
Burning every bridge.
He just didn't enjoy.
I love the communications department's great. You should go to RSU and all that stuff. I'm actually really happy that all that stuff. And the honors, I'm happy that they paid my way and all that stuff, whatever. But
there was some cool stuff. If that
there
was
were
your
some
thing.
cool people in it.
Yeah.
But the program.
That's not really your kind of thing, though. Those kind of events. If you really enjoyed those kind of events, it probably would have been nice. But it's not your thing.
It's not my thing.
There we
It's not
go.
my thing.
That's how you could have said it. Instead of trashing the honors society.
How could you do that?
All right, we'll just continue. We'll move on. So, anyways, Cade.
We had an honors lock in, and at the DCTC, if you will. Yeah, I don't even know if that's episode's out before this or after this, but where Alex claimed to come up with the name DCTC.
Adrian claimed it for me. I was definitely an early adopter.
While we were there though, I guess they double booked it.
How dare they?
And
Wait a minute.
Yeah. And there happened to be I guess they took the lounge, remember the OMA lounge or something? They were in that part of it.
Oh.
And
That small
little thing.
Okay.
And they were furries doing a furry thing.
Like in the costumes?
In the costumes.
What do you mean they were doing a thing?
Well, I tell you the truth, I don't know what they were doing in the OMA lounge.
Were they wrestling?
I have no idea. I honestly don't know. You would just see them, a few of them exit every once in a while to I guess use the
Dabbing
restroom
their
or something.
forehead with
Just lighting a smoke. Yeah.
Wow.
Man,
That's my really one thing that I've known. I mean, I've known people. There was this guy that I was in my art class in high school.
Art.
No.
Art. Artist.
artist.
Art.
Yeah.
Artist.
Art. You were further away than I thought you were.
Art.
Great. But he drew a lot of that stuff.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Could you give any like like how there's subtitles for like images,
He
could you
said
do some closed
something
captions?
I'll never forget. This is the phrase that in which he would I think it was like there was a name. I know nothing about this stuff, but I remember this phrase. So don't know what this means. So it's going to be probably bad. But it was because his things was wolves.
They all are.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
That
basically,
is
seems to be-
90% of the furry community.
And it was like I don't know what this word is. A chibi? It was a chibi werewolf.
Fuck off.
I know what chibis are. Yeah, that's like an art style. type.
Okay,
it's
so he
like-
drew these chibi werewolves,
Okay.
and he was annoying.
What was his phrase?
I didn't see it. Did I say his phrase?
Or you said there was something he.
No, I think that's what I was saying. He said he drew chibi werewolf. That was the thing. I don't know what that even means.
It's basically like an art style where it's like the arms and legs are like really big as well as the head, but like it's a tiny body, so they look kind of like cute, like kind of like a doll or something.
Let me just show you.
He was also a brony.
I thought that went without saying.
And all of my knowledge of all of that comes from him forcibly giving that knowledge to me in just being in the room with him.
That's how it goes sometimes. I've heard from other
That
artists.
would be a good like chibi.
Yeah, that's chibi.
Kind of like
Oh,
just
okay.
like
Yeah.
that
Yeah, but there
cute.
wasn't. Okay, so he had those eyes, like what you're saying. Like, is that the big thing? Is that they have those eyes?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big component. It's like the head and the eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but like you'll see people will like make pins, like chibi pins. I actually think I have a Disney chibi pin, just because they're kind of like some of them are cute. But
So
then
do you
there's-
collect pins?
I do collect pins.
And what I mean, like, that's interesting. How many pins do you own, Alex?
I don't actually own a lot. I just there's ones that I like, and I try to like. I have a very specific, I don't know. It's just ones that I like. Like I don't. Some people will collect there'll be 10 in a set or something. I don't go for the set unless I like all of them. I'm like, I like that one. I want it. That's really all it is for me. I don't have like a true collection. I'm just like, okay, this is a really cool looking pen. I like this one. This one is cool. I like that one.
Like a little horde.
Yeah.
You have little dragons.
I'm like a little dragon. If I was a furry, I'd be a little dragon.
Well, I'm sorry, kid. I hate to bring. That's actually called being a scaly. It's a different thing.
You're joking.
I am
I
not.
would imagine
boy.
if it had to have fur to be a furry, right? That's the whole thing.
Scalies are they're different, man. You don't want to,
So people, did they dress up for that too?
Yeah, they do. And
So what do they do? Is there a costume for that, or do they paint it on? What do they do?
well, I'm sure that there's probably like a little bit of both. I always assumed that it was suits, but they could like paint it on. I guess the same could be said for furries too, because I think they do that.
I will say, if you're part of the first off,
fur stuff.
if you're part of the furry or scaly community, send us an email. Cade Friends at Gmail.
Don't send any attachments with the
Don't
email.
send any photos. Yes, don't send any. But
Yeah,
tell
that's
us
a weird
about
thing
it.
to ask.
Tell us about it. What got you into
Blow
it
up my
and
email for.
Don't say blow up your email either. Don't say blow up. Don't say inflate. Leave those words out of this pitch.
stuff. But how did you get into it? Okay, that's all.
cartoons.
I will say, people who cosplay, because like I think of like furry and I guess scaly is like just like another type of
Thank
cosplay.
you for your inclusivity.
Yeah, I just kind of cosplay, and I find cosplay
He
fascinating.
just learned about it, but he's gonna make it a
he's-
part of his.
Yeah.
That's a very good mindset.
But that's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's like cosplay, and I find cosplay very fascinating because like people like will spend hours dressing up into these characters, and I find it so cool.
Yeah.
Some of them super cool.
Yeah.
and like furries, as weird as
But
I
like, why
personally
can't
find
they
it.
just like be themselves? What? Like, why do you have to dress up as something else? Like, just be who you are.
Well, what if you're like Surfing USA over here and you're a loser?
Yeah, what if you're a loser like Surfing USA? And you need something like Surfing USA to kind of spice up your life, Every other day I'm Joseph Beard, but god damn it. Can I get my camera, please?
Yeah.
Every other day I'm Joseph Beard, but on weekends I get to be Surfing USA. I put on my board shorts, I put on my Birkenstocks, and I put on my puka shell necklace, and you can make damn sure I don't put on a shirt because I am Surfing USA and I'm going to take those waves like they're mine.
Well, I'm sorry.
I know
Does
you
that
guys.
make sense? Does that make sense, Kate?
Yeah, no, I get it.
I know you didn't mean anything by it. It's just something
yeah,
I'm very
no,
passionate
yeah,
about. Ever
no.
since I got the name Surfing USA a little bit ago,
Yeah, it's changed you.
it really has been a life changing.
But like some of it, it's like art. It's beautiful. Like people will like paint their entire bodies purple and then make themselves like
Yeah, no. I
It's
get
just
that.
it's super fast. And furries, I guess, and skillies are just like an extension of that.
Thank you.
And so it's just, so like, because I've seen the, like the photos and stuff, like, because there was like the documentary or whatever that came out. Some of those costumes look expensive and are impressive. I'm not a furry. Again, I want to say.
Saw some of the photos,
They popped up on my Twitter.
Oh, they just pop up, right?
Yes,
someone
I
likes
do not
them.
look for those.
Someone else likes them, not you.
Oh boy, actually, this reminds me of. I have a furry story.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you do.
So I used to play a game called Team Fortress 2.
All right, yeah, we know. That.
I do not know what that is.
It's an online game.
It was Overwatch Point One.
Okay.
Yeah.
So love that game. When I was like 10, 11, 12, before I knew better, I was playing on the computer, playing online. And you know how in Team Fortress 2 and
like
on other
different
Steam
servers?
games. Yeah, there's different servers, and you can also have photos that you can upload.
Yeah, there's like
And-
sprays that you can do.
spray. And so you can put a photo on the wall and people can see it.
Yeah.
I joined on accident a furry server,
Yeah.
not knowing what it was.
There's no way you could have known.
Because I was like 12.
You
11
didn't
or
know that. You
12.
didn't know that terminology.
No, and so it was just like, these were just like fun people. It's a server I wanted, like, I wanted to play. It was the game mode I wanted to play, and so I was playing on it, and like people were posting these furry sprays, and some of it was porn, and I reported some of it, and people were like, "Oh, porn is fine on this server," and I was like, "What? It is? Okay, I guess." And so I would see. Like I saw furry porn on that server when I was like 12 or 13 and I didn't know what it was. And I was just, all I knew, I was like, that's not my thing. But you know, it was furries. And I didn't know that they were furries until like I got older, obviously, because I was like 12, 13.
You saw those dudes jacking off the animals.
And so people, you know, and cause I would have just like some like simple, like, you know, normal person spray. Yeah. And then people would just have like this graphic porn art.
Big bulbous thing on the wall.
And a lot of it, to add on to it, a lot of it was gay furry art.
I hate to like make that up, but a lot of it is. I don't
really?
I don't know why.
How do you know?
Well, because it's pretty funny stuff.
Okay. And so a lot of it was just like, and so it was just a lot of gay furry porn art. And so it was just like, it was something that I realized as I got older that I was like, that was a furry server. And you know, I'm sure there was a name on it that said furry, but like, you know, whenever you're 13, you're just looking for.
No, if you see the word furry, you're just gonna be like, oh, maybe they have like different costumes or something. Like, you know, you have to have like a helmet or a specific thing.
So I'm sure there's like an embarrassing tale of just being like that. So yeah, I totally forgot about that, but I was a part of a furry community for a bit, I guess.
I really miss that part of the internet, you know, that kind of decade where it was like, I kind of miss it. It was a wild wasteland, you know?
Yes.
Like someone tells you like, go to lemonparty.com, you know, they have fun flash games. Or like, go to goatsy.com, or like, wow, this picture from Zelda looks like Goatsy. And like, what's Goatsy? And then you go see, and then you wish you hadn't.
I don't know what either of those two websites were.
Lemon Party, it was a website.
Get you a close up for that one.
Lemon Party was a website in the 2000s where it would pull up an image of a group of assumedly gay old men intercoursing one another.
When I was in middle school and I was playing on Xbox, I had these grown adults that I was playing with, and you know, I was like, they were really good, so I was like, I want to play with them. And they told me, hey, if you go to meatspin.com, meatspin.com, we'll let you in. And so I was like, okay, I guess. I went to it, typed it in. Yep. And I immediately went, oh my God. But you know, they let me play with them.
I will say that is not one site that ever tricked me, because I was old enough. I had enough experience where someone's like, go look up Meatspin. I'm like, that's just a dead giveaway. I am not looking that up.
I was not either old enough or wise enough.
Can you tell me though, because I've always had an idea of what it is, and I'm sure it's a lot worse than what it actually is. Is it just like is it two men having sex and like one spinning? Is that
no? It's actually from there could have been more of a site, but what popped up when I did it, it was just a penis spinning. I remember the song "You Spin Me Right Round" playing.
Okay. And was it like a real one?
Yeah, it was just someone helicoptering them.
Okay, so it was still attached.
Yes,
that was the part that I was always worried about.
Oh, that it was the severed.
I thought it was like a mutilated genital that was just
like a roulette, like a spin the bottle situation.
Yeah, well, because you guys know Pain Olympics?
No, I don't know.
Pain Olympics is the worst. Is the worst of one of those things, because the Pain Olympics was this website. You know, to keep track of like how many rounds like you went into the Pain Olympics, and they got continually worse. Oh. And some of those clips were genuinely awful things. Like, it's not a website that's around anymore. Like, it was.
Oh, none of these websites are around anymore.
Well, this one's definitely not, because this was like actual like mutilated genitals and
wow,
and animal cruelty kind of stuff. I never went to that website, but yeah. Anyways, that one's not fun or funny like Meatspin is.
Wow.
Well,
We got off track.
Cade, do you have any experience with the furries?
I think I said
oh, yeah,
on my.
you did.
I think
That's right.
That's what opened the floodgate.
yeah, you guys have a lot more interesting stories.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you're part of the furry community, please. How did you get into it? Why do you like it? I'm intrigued now.
Do you think they're gonna take offense to?
I don't know. Like I think like that's
Was
a good
this
question.
offensive?
Like here's the thing: as long as they're not hurting anybody, it's all fine. You know,
As long as it's not like
or things hurting
actual
things.
animals.
Yes. Like
yeah.
that's also a thing. Like that I'm a little bit concerned about. Is the bestiality. of it
I
all.
do think a lot of the furry community is like we are exclusively.
Yeah.
We do not abide by that. We do not advocate for that. That's a lot of that community, I believe.
Yeah, and I hope that's the case, and I
Yeah.
imagine it is the case for the overwhelming majority or whatever. I'm sure that you get bad people, but like.
That's great.
I mean, yeah, as long as you don't hurt anybody or anything, so
Yeah.
then that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, like
And
if it's
it-
just a you thing and it's consensual people, that's
Most of those internet things that were bad, where people actually did fornicate with like those weren't even furries. Like
Yes, that's true.
Those weren't even. Those were just deviant people.
How can I judge you for being a furry if I'm not going to judge Joseph for insert thing here?
Well, actually, do the joke, Alex. Don't just insert the joke. Do the joke.
And
Actually, what add an after post?
and actually, how can I judge you as a furry? I'd like you to tell me. How can I do that?
How can I judge you, furry?
What would you like me to judge you by? Like, do you have like a blemish right here that doesn't go away? Do you have like a weird scar that you want me to make fun? Just let me know. Let us know.
No. What I meant is like, how can I judge someone for being a furry if I'm not going to judge you for your?
I know because of the
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me pick that up.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want
I'm
to
not
name some fetish or kink or something, and then it's something either you really like or,
what, like autoerotic asphyxiation? Why I have so many belts? I don't buy thrift shop belts anymore though, because those always snap like at just the wrong moment.
The thing is, I don't know if he's serious or not.
No, he's not serious, Alex. He's not serious. What
You're telling me this man is not into.
You're telling me this guy in the turtleneck isn't into strangling himself? Come on. He's clearly covering up bruises.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you all.
You're gonna do it?
Yeah. Thank you all. This is Joseph. Follow him.
Thank you all. This is Joseph. Follow me.
Yes.
ICUP with a couple of underscores.
If you need to, you can just rewind it and go back 20 seconds.
I_C_U_P.
He's already messed it up. He's already
really?
messed it up.
That's sad. Ignore me.
Well,
Thank you, though.
So Joseph, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
A lot of very enlightening discussions.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have, people follow you on your Twitter? Is there anything else you want them to watch? Is there anything you're doing
anything you wanna
soon?
plug?
Anything you want to plug?
Now that I actually have this platform, I got some stuff I'd like to say. If you ever get a chance to like eat more meat, then do that, because there's a lot of people out there who aren't eating meat, and I think we just, as meat people, we need to make up for that deficit. And really, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, thank you for using your plug time for that.
Take it away, Cade.
Of course.
Well, that has been this episode of Cade Friends podcast. Thank you all for watching. Well, see you guys.
Bye. Every other day, I'm Joseph Beard, but on weekends, I get to be serving USA.